Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dark Hour 717, and after many have waited anxiously, patch 315 has finally been released to the live universe. Short-lived though, we have now seen in less than 24 hours patch 315.1 has also been released to PTU and open to all backers. Now this really hasn't been surprising at all, as most of us have expected this to be the case with how close we are with getting to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, or IAE. Before we get into the details though, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button and also follow on Twitch. So with the release of patch 315, we've seen a feature-packed update that really exceeds anything I've ever experienced in the 2+ years I've been playing Star Citizen. With the medical gameplay, physical inventory, and looting systems to name just a few of the new features, this latest patch has been absolutely amazing. It's even brought more immersion and depth into the Star Citizen experience. Which really brings us to patch 315.1. As mentioned, this was launched to PTU for all backers less than 24 hours after the live release of 315. But it is a very important part, as it does bring in and introduce aspects needed for the IAE. With the launch of this patch to PTU and the short time before IAE is going to be going live, it truly doesn't feel like a standalone patch, but more of a continuation of the launch 315. Looking at the patch notes, of course, you will notice that the items listed all mostly carry over from 315 as well. That includes the issues such as the ground vehicle access with home residence set on Orison or Area 18, infinite load screen issues, repair, refuel, and restock issues on surface-based outposts, inventory items being deleted after trying on clothes in a store, weapons being dropped when swapping them, as well as prospector ladder animation issues. So what does 315.1 bring into the verse? Its actual purpose is mainly to bring IAE into New Babbage. And I think the fact that this is being held in New Babbage again is really key to the very short turnaround time between the two patches. Other additions include updated guard AI out in the central business district on Lorville with the new Cornus tech armor, as well as a polished pass on dropped item performance and medical UI, as well as those volumetric clouds out in New Babbage, which absolutely look gorgeous. IAE and these other small additions are not the only thing that will be getting introduced with this newest patch though. It also introduces a group of all new and one very long awaited player concepted ship. These ships are going to consist of the Aegis Redeemer and the Ares Starfighters. The Aegis Redeemer has been a long time coming. Originally concepted through a contest that saw players submit ideas to create a new ship, this design was the overall winner. Since winning, though, the big question from everybody has been, when are we going to see it in the verse and be able to use it? The ship in its original concept was combination dropship and gunship. Serving a dual purpose, originally the ship has been reworked and redesigned over the years, though, and was even moved to a dedicated gunship design. I know when I first started with Star Citizen, this was the first ever concept ship that I invested in and always had waiting in my hangar, and was the only ship that never really got melted to get a hold of something else. I immediately fell in love with the design and its unique appearance, from its outer nutcracker design propulsion pods to its almost dolphin or whale-like body lines. It looked nothing like any other ship that I really saw in the verse, and now, well, it's finally here. The design itself, though slightly altered, does stay true to the original design that I originally saw in the pictures on the Pledge store, and I honestly couldn't be happier with it. Now, some do question its schematics now that it's in the verse, though looking at the feedback, the initial main concern was the quantum fuel capacity of only 1,670 liters, which was equal to what we see on the Starfighter. Now, in game, this isn't even enough to make a trip from Crusader to Microtech without having to make a fuel stop. But in subsequent patches for 315.1, this has actually been increased to 5,700 liters, and for the most part the issue has been addressed. Though some also question the use of a dual size 3 shield system. Those that do feel that it should really have a smaller size shield system based on its mass and its overall size and purpose. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on this as it moves forward and see if they make any adjustment there. But the ship does bring much to the party in regard to its armament. Stock is going to come with 2 fixed size 4 C788 ballistic cannons, 2 dual AD-5B ballistic Gatling man turrets, 2 dual M5A laser cannon remote turrets, and 16 Strike Force 2 cross-section missiles. This ship absolutely can bring the pain to any fight. It really does feel well designed, and the maneuverability really feels right for its role as a gunship. While being able to be soloed, You can complete the smaller low-risk bounties with it, though they do provide a bigger challenge keeping up with the faster speed and greater maneuverability of the things such as the M50 and the Mustang-sized ships. When you're fighting an NPC, this really doesn't equate to much more than just an annoyance when you're flying by yourself. An experienced player flying one of these small, fast ships would likely have an advantage over the Redeemer, though. But honestly, this is not its intended purpose. It is, at its core, a gunship meant for multi-crew use going after larger, more fortified targets. I will say I am honestly very happy with the launched and flyable implementation of this ship. Also, we've seen two versions of the Ares Starfighter introduced. The Ion and the Inferno are the two variants that we're talking about. And these ships as well, I can say, have been extremely exciting to see in the verse and be able to fly. Original concept of these two ships was to be an attack fighter that's going to go up against larger ships like the Idris and the Kraken. The Ion introduces the Size 7 SF-7E laser cannon, and the Inferno introduces the SF-7B ballistic Gatling gun. These small attack ships have unique abilities of their own, where the Inferno will have additional heavy armor plating. The Ion is more of a longer range base with its laser cannon and can be more equated to a flying sniper. The design of these ships are absolutely amazing and sleek looking in their appearance. Designed as a single-seat heavy fighter with their unique Size 7 gun, their overall range is purposely shorter as they're more intended to fly from a Kraken or a Javelin base. They are more meant to stay with a large group and act as a defense and support for a fleet. And much like the Redeemer, these ships can manage smaller low-risk bounties easily, though do have a slightly slower turning speed. But this is to be expected, as they're really designed to go after bigger ships, which they're going to dominate easily with the maneuverability. When they were first introduced, the acceleration speed of these two were really through the roof and felt a bit off, and much like the Redeemer, we are seeing them make slight adjustments as they go through the PTU. The acceleration speed has already been adjusted and is still amazingly quick, but feels a little bit more believable. The rate of fire on the Ion has also seen a small increase, as well as they have already stated that they're going to be playing around with the ammo count on the Inferno, which currently has 2,000 rounds, and it provides for almost 3 minutes of consistent firing. And I feel if they bring this down a little bit, that it's still going to be more than adequate, even if they take it down to about 1,500 rounds. It's still going to provide almost 2 minutes or more of consistent firing. Now, in regard to these three ships, I will be doing a more in-depth ship guide once they're introduced into the live verse, as I'm sure we're going to continue to see small adjustments being made as they go through PTU. I really do feel an amazing job has been done on all three of these ships, and they're all flyable in the PTU 315-1 at this time. It seems though that they've really fit and met all my expectations I had for each one of them, and in some cases even exceeded them. In all, the patch 315.1, as I said, really does feel more like a deeper continuation into 315, and not necessarily a standalone patch on its own, but will admit, every bit of it feels as though it has been done right. The stability so far has been exceptional with the live release of 315 and the PTU release of 315.1. I've yet to actually experience a single 30K or even a crash to desktop. As things go, this could be a sign of a promising IAE 2951 and free fly event, and believe we're going to see another smooth, successful major event being held in New Babbage. I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing everybody at IAE. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and follow on Twitch, where we're going to be streaming every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as each day from IAE. Also, if you want to help support the channel, hit that join button and grab a membership for as low as 99 cents, and it gets you access to the private members only game session and stream, as well as a link to my private Discord server. But also check out the Patreon and the merch store. The support is greatly appreciated and allows us to have our giveaways on a monthly basis. The November giveaway is running, though we will be selecting one of the new ships from IAE, but get your entries in now by hitting the subscribe and leave a comment on any video here on YouTube or follow over on Twitch, and heck, if you do both, you'll get 2 entries and double your chances. But I want to say thank you again to everybody for all your support. It's immensely appreciated, and we will catch you next time.